Okay, Bruce, so what we've seen so far is we've talked about cost to serve, we've talked about the whale curves, we've seen how service levels are matched to the scale or profitability or profit potential of the account. And then we've seen what the impact of that has been for certain companies when they've started to use the modeling.
Right.
So in summary of those things, what are the takeaways people should have by this point in the series?
Sure. Well, I hope that people realize that because they have had a tendency to have one standard service model, leave it up to the sales rep to, in a sense, differentiate it on the big accounts by just trying to call on them more often.
Yes.
Giving them contract prices to drop of a hat, whether they even honor the contract or not, they still are getting contract prices and free freight and whatever. That does not. It's not going to hack it as far as taking those super best accounts or super losers to the transformational next level.
Yes.
So people understand, and okay, we have minnows, but a lot of our accounts are, minnow accounts are assigned to reps, and they get commission off that. And the reps, they're touchy. It's my account. I don't want you coming out there and kind of blowing my magic act, if you will. I mean, they're uneasy about that. So right away, people go, oh, no, I've had one way of doing my sales force, and I don't want to mess with that.
Of course.
So they have kind of a monolithic policy, and they haven't really thought of subdividing it and solving it situationally and re-engaging their best reps.
Well, and that's an important point, because that's what makes the stars the stars. Mm-hmm. They're the guys that they're not looking for the easy peanut butter approach. We'll just do this one thing and it'll solve all problems, because there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
They're recognizing that for each account, each kind of account, there's a certain formula, there's certain things that apply, do not apply in that account, and if they start getting more judicious about where they put their resources, their energy, their time, their pricing, the other things, they can do much better job, because not every customer feels like the average customer.
Sure. But now, and then the big next line is, well, Bruce, when you talk about next level, what is that? I mean, we're sales agents. We run around with something in our hand. We talk about product. We got a promotion of the month or whatever. We're not. We never had supply chain math like you can get from WayPoint before, and even if we have it, we've never really gone out to an account and said, hey, look at this math. We're losing or you're losing, or here's some friction. Well, how do we solve that?
Well, it's easier just to do what you've done and go home and not have to think too hard.
Right.
But if you want to be the guy that leads the pack, you're the guy that's got his nose to the grindstone, looking up the numbers, figuring out what he's going to do with the account next, and that's how you wind up being the guy.
Right. Well, speaking of being the guy, we do have a great video clip of a guy who, was lost and now he's found. Amazing grace, thanks to WayPoint. Yeah. And when he first got these numbers, he was scared to death.
And you're talking about Manny.
I am. Yeah. And so he just said, well, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And he went out account by account, and he couldn't believe how fast he went from panic to courage to confidence to in your face.
And exactly. And the thing is, he's my hero. He is the man. There's no question about it. Because he took a fairly small business, and he took the same opportunity that many of us have when we come into a place, or we're given a place, or we get a place, or we're in charge of a place. And he started thinking, what am I going to do to make this into something a lot more than anybody ever expected it could be?
Sure.
And he went out and did his homework, and he did the hard work to make it happen.
Well, and what a difference between trying to get in to see whoever is the purchasing agent for fasteners, which is what he sells, to I'm the CEO, calling the vice president of supply chain saying, can I come out and do a free audit on all the soft costs you have involved with fasteners and give you a report on it, et cetera, that you can give to the incumbent, because they're not going to do anything anyway, and then I'll come in and do it for you. I mean, he's that confident.
Yeah, and he made he asked the question about, do you get first courage or confidence? And that was surrounding his journey of sort of getting started with this.
Exactly.
And for you, there's a link elsewhere on the page here where we are, that you can go and watch the video yourself. I think it'll be the 17 most inspiring minutes that you've spent in your day, and I think you'll come away feeling like you're excited about what kinds of things he's done and the kinds of things you could do as well. So that's a great reference.
Well, and then in the second half, I'm going to, in a sense, share my own personal journey of how I really kind of became an accidental consultative improve your buy-sell interbusiness process friction remover guy out of necessity, not even knowing what I'm doing. Hey, with WayPoint data today, looking back, I was like, this is what I was doing. I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't take, our clients 40 years to do it. They can do it in the next 6 months.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you have some magnificent success by having an instinct for those underlying dynamics. And frankly, all the turnaround work that you did early in your career served you well. All the programs you had to put together gave you that instinctual knowledge. And I have to say that as I came into this and I started looking at the numbers themselves, you were the one that put vocabulary to them and helped crystallize my thinking about what they were telling us. And so I'm really looking forward to the second half videos.
All right.
Because I'm going to get a chance to see one more time the thought process that has made so many companies so profitable.
All right.
All right. So I hope that the first half for you was really useful, and I'm looking forward to hearing what Bruce has to share with us in the next half of the video series.